Welcome back to Grammar Grade 7. This is Unit 9, Lesson 54, the very last lesson in our subject-verb agreement unit. We've learned how a verb matches a single subject. Today, we tackle the trickier case. What happens when two subjects share one verb? Do we use a singular verb or a plural one? The answer hides inside the little joining word, and by the end, you'll spot it every time. Let's get started. First, a quick reminder of what a compound subject is. A compound subject is two or more subjects joined together that share one verb. Look at this. Skiing and skating are fun. Two subjects, skiing and skating, but a single verb, are, does the work for both. So here's today's question. When subjects team up like this, is the verb singular or plural? The answer depends entirely on the little word that joins them. Here's the main rule, and it's the one you'll use most. When two subjects are joined by and, they add up to more than one, so they take a plural verb. Ravi and Nina cook lunch. It's not just Ravi and not just Nina. It's both of them. So the verb is the plural cook with no S. The same goes for both and pairs, like both Liz and Maya do well. Nearly every time you see and joining subjects, reach for the plural verb. Now the one exception you have to watch for. Sometimes and joins words that name a single person or a single thing. When that happens, the subject is really just one, so it takes a singular verb. Macaroni and cheese is my favorite. That's one dish, not two separate foods, so we say is, not are. Or think of a person. A singer and songwriter is here. That's one talented person who does both jobs, so again, the verb is singular, is. The test is easy. If and points to one unit, treat it as singular. But and isn't the only way to join subjects. What about or and nor, including either or and neither nor? These work in a completely different way. With these, the verb does not add the subjects together. Instead, the verb agrees only with the subject that sits closer to it, the nearer one, right before the verb. So the very same sentence can take a singular or a plural verb, depending on which subject lands last. Let's see both cases. First, watch a plural case. Neither the coach nor the players are ready. Two subjects, the coach and the players, joined by neither nor. Which one is closer to the verb? The players, sitting right before it. And players is plural, so the verb is the plural, are. Notice that we ignore the coach completely for agreement. Only the nearer subject, players, controls the verb here. Now watch the magic. I'll keep the very same subjects, but swap their order. Neither the players nor the coach is ready. Nothing changed except which subject comes last. Now the coach is closer to the verb, and coach is singular, so the verb switches to the singular, is. Same two people, opposite verb, all because the nearer subject changed. That's the whole trick. Find the subject right before the verb and match it. Let's put the two rules side by side. With and, skis and boots are packed is correct because and makes it plural. Skis and boots is packed would be wrong. With nor, neither the twins nor dad is late is correct because dad, the nearer subject, is singular. Neither the twins nor dad are late would be wrong. Two rules side by side. And points to plural, while or and nor point to the nearer subject. Let's boil it all down to a two-step check. Step 1. Are the subjects joined by and? If so, use a plural verb, unless the and names a single person or thing, which turns it singular. Step 2. Are they joined by or nor? If so, forget adding them up and simply match the verb to the nearer subject, the one right before it. Look at the joining word first, and the verb almost tells you itself. Ready to practice together? In this first set, each sentence has a compound subject. Pick the verb that agrees, and remember, and leans plural, while or and nor follow the nearer subject. Pause the video and try each one on your own before I reveal the answer. Chess and checkers blank great rainy day games. The two subjects are joined by and, so they add up to more than one, and the verb must be plural. So the answer is are. Neither the actors nor the director blank nervous. This one uses neither nor, so we look at the nearer subject, the one right before the verb. That's director, which is singular, so the verb is. So the answer is. Peanut butter and jelly blank my go-to snack. Careful here, this looks like and, which usually means plural. But peanut butter and jelly names one single snack, one thing, so it takes the singular verb is. So the answer is. 3 more, and this set mixes all our rules together. Watch the joining word, check for the one thing exception, and find the nearer subject. Pause and choose before I answer. Either the coaches or the captain blank the plan. With either or, the nearer subject wins. The subject right before the verb is captain, which is singular. So in the present tense, the verb takes its S. So the answer is explains. Maple trees and oak trees blank our street. 2 real subjects joined by and they clearly name different trees, so this is a true plural. The verb stays plain with no S, so the answer is line. Neither the students nor the teacher blank the answer yet. Neither nor sends us to the nearer subject. Right before the verb sits teacher, singular, so the present tense verb takes its S. So the answer is knows. Let's gather up what we learned in this last agreement lesson. When subjects are joined by and, they usually add up to more than one, so they take a plural verb. The one exception is when and names a single person or thing, like macaroni and cheese, which stays singular. When subjects are joined by or nor, you don't add them at all. You simply match the verb to the nearer subject, the one sitting right before it. Always start by looking at the joining word and let it point you to the right verb. That wraps up Unit 9. Wonderful work, and I'll see you in the next unit.